Hello and welcome to Midday Update. Coming up are the headlines for the day. Beware of fraudsters while banking, warns ROP. Tax authority asks to submit tax returns. No Zika virus cases have been recorded in Oman, says MOH. China reveals space mission crews of Shenzhou 14 and Shenzhou 15. 1/5 of humanity could face poverty and hunger resulting from the Ukraine crisis, says UN chief. Yemeni President Hadi steps down. IPL 2022, David Miller's unbeaten 94 powers Gujarat Titans to a thrilling win over CSK. Real Madrid takes huge step to La Liga title with big win in Sevilla. Those were the headlines. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with the local stories and the COVID-19 updates for the day. Stay tuned.
The advancement of the Fourth Industrial Revolution has given rise to a digital economy where humans and machines collaborate to leap ahead on innovation and profitability through the use of artificial intelligence. In the banking and financial sector, Nebula AI can enable applications to boost risk management, improve data-backed decisions and security, and enhance customer experiences. Banks could automate routine tasks, accelerate risk calculations and fraud detection, and enhance customer service with conversational AI. AI is changing all the rules of how companies operate. Let us help you get there.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
We at TTV are coming up with a new show. In which we'll be discussing about retail, hospitality, aviation, education, and various other sectors so that you keep abreast of all the latest updates in the country. So let's talk every Monday at 8 p.m.
Welcome back now for the COVID-19 updates for the day. 0 new COVID-19 related deaths have been registered in the Sultanate. The total number of deaths remain at 4,257. Meanwhile, 26 new cases of coronavirus were registered, which brings the total number of positive COVID-19 cases to 388,891. And now for the local stories. The Royal Oman Police has warned people against opening bank accounts and allowing unknown people to use them. ROP said that the Directorate General of Inquiries and Criminal Investigations has detected operations carried out by fraudsters from outside the Sultanate of Oman, including providing financial assistance and asking their victims to open bank accounts and send their bank and personal data, and then use those accounts in suspicious operations. The Royal Oman Police warns citizens and residents to not fall for this type of fraud in order to avoid legal accountability, to beware of fraud methods through social media, and to report immediately when exposed to any of these criminal methods via the hotline 800 77 444. The tax authority has urged those subject to the provisions of value-added tax to submit tax returns for the first 3 months of 2022 by the end of April. The tax authority said the following in a statement. The period for submitting tax returns for the first quarter of 2022 ends on April 30th. So the tax authority urges all those subject to the provisions of value-added tax to submit their returns before the end of the mentioned period. The Ministry of Health has confirmed that no Zika cases have been recorded in the Sultanate of Oman. Referring to what was circulated on some social media platforms about the registration of cases of Zika disease in the Sultanate of Oman, the Ministry of Health confirms that no cases of this disease have been recorded in the Sultanate, MOH said in a statement. Zika virus disease is caused by a virus transmitted primarily by Aedes mosquitoes. The ministry calls on all citizens and residents to obtain correct information from official sources only. Those were the COVID-19 updates and the local stories. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with the international and sports news. Stay tuned.
The advancement of the fourth industrial revolution has given rise to a digital economy where humans and machines collaborate to leap ahead on innovation and profitability through the use of artificial intelligence. In the banking and financial sector, Nebula AI can enable applications to boost risk management, improve data-backed decisions and security, and enhance customer experiences. Banks could automate routine tasks, accelerate risk calculations and fraud detection, and enhance customer service with conversational AI. AI is changing all the rules of how companies operate. Let us help you get there.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Looking for that ease of living in this beautiful country? Watch our weekly show Tea Talk every Wednesday at 8 p.m. where we'll be discussing latest news, updates, and what's buzzing on the social media.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the international stories. China has unveiled the country's space mission crews of Shenzhou 14 and Shenzhou 15, who are undergoing relevant training and mission preparations. In a press conference on Sunday, Wang Weifeng, chief designer of the China Manned Space Program's astronaut system, said that both crews will stay in orbit for 6 months and they will for the first time rotate in orbit to realize the uninterrupted manned residence. The two crews, totaling 6 astronauts, will live together in orbit for 5 to 10 days. The Shenzhou 14 crew will cooperate with ground control to complete the assembly and construction of the space station and gradually develop it from a single module space station into a 3-module combination. Wang further said the Shenzhou 15 crew will carry out several extravehicular activities, assemble, test and debug the payloads inside modules, and control the mechanical arms to install extravehicular payloads. They will also operate, manage and maintain the largest complex composed of 3 modules and 3 spacecrafts. They will carry out in-orbit health monitoring, protective exercises, in-orbit training and drills, station platform inspection and tests, equipment maintenance and station and material management, Wang said. The Ukraine crisis could plunge more than 1/5 of humanity, or up to 1.7 billion people, into poverty and hunger, according to UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. We all see the tragedy unfolding in Ukraine, but beyond its borders, the war has launched a silent assault on the developing world. The crisis could plunge up to 1.7 billion people, more than 1/5 of humanity, into poverty and hunger on a scale not seen in decades, Guterres said in an interview. Ukraine and Russia account for 30% of world production of wheat and barley, 1/5 of all corn, and more than half of all sunflower oil, Guterres said, specifying that Russia and Ukraine account for over 1/3 of the wheat imported to the 45 least developed countries. The UN Secretary General said that the Ukraine crisis is blocking grain exports and disrupting supply chains, causing prices to skyrocket. Since the start of 2022, wheat and corn prices have gone up by 30%. Brent crude oil prices have risen by more than 60%, while gas and fertilizer prices have more than doubled. Guterres called for global reforms that would change the world's financial system that makes the rich richer and the poor poorer. The chiefs of the IMF, the World Bank, the World Food Programme, and the World Trade Organization issued a joint statement on Wednesday calling for urgent, coordinated action to address food security amid the fallout of the Ukraine crisis, which is adding to the still ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Yemeni President Abdurrabba Mansour Hadi stepped down under pressure from Saudi Arabia and is now under de facto house arrest. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud allegedly handed a written decree to Hadi on the sidelines of the talks in Riyadh, which set out provisions for the delegation of powers to the Presidential Council. Prince Mohammed told Hadi that other Yemeni leaders had agreed that it was time for him to relinquish power, according to the officials. Saudi officials pressured Hadi to step down and threatened to release evidence of his alleged corrupt activities, according to reports. One Saudi official told the newspaper that Saudi authorities have largely confined Hadi to his home in Riyadh and restricted communication with him. These claims were nonetheless refuted by some other officials. And now for the sports stories. David Miller's unbeaten half-century and Rashid Khan's quick knock helped Gujarat Titans in defeating Chennai Super Kings by 3 wickets in their IPL 2022 match at the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium on Sunday. David Miller's sensational knock of 94 was well accompanied by stand-in captain Rashid Khan's quick innings of 21 ball 40 as Gujarat chased the target of 170 with a ball to spare. This is the 5th win in 6 games for Gujarat Titans, while the 5th loss in 6 games for Chennai Super Kings. Gujarat Titans are currently on the top of the Indian Premier League 2022 table with 10 points, while CSK is just above winless Mumbai Indians. Real Madrid took a massive step towards assuring this season's La Liga title with an excellent second-half fight back to win 3-2 to Sevilla, giving them a 15-point lead at the top. Sevilla looked to be on the way to a win which could have given them and FC Barcelona a glimmer of hope in their efforts to close the gap, when first Ivan Rakitich's free kick and then Eric Lamella's finish put them 2-0 ahead at half-time. Real Madrid improved drastically after the break, with Rodrigo pulling a goal back 5 minutes into the second half. Carlo Ancelotti's side then took control of the game, but it wasn't until the 82nd minute that they were level with Nacho Fernandez hit a first-time finish after Sevilla failed to deal with a corner. Karim Benzema then won the game for Real Madrid in the 2nd minute of injury time after Vinicius and Rodrigo set him up to score from inside the Sevilla area. Those were all the local, international and sports stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.